And so today she's going to have a little talk, and she's going to tell you all about how she got into that business. And I've asked her to share some of her deep, dark secrets with us. So I don't know if she's going to make that happen. We've heard some, I've heard some great stories from her over the years, and with some of her challenges and how she met them. So please welcome Donna Boone.
Thank you, Kristina. Thank you. Can everybody hear me okay? All right. You can be the most beautiful person in the world, and everybody sees light and rainbows when they look at you. But if you yourself don't know it, all of that doesn't even matter. Every second that you spend undoubting your worth, every moment that you use to criticize yourself, is a second of your life wasted. Is a moment of your life thrown away. That is seed joy without seed. I want to start at the beginning. My mother and her family were sharecroppers. My mother, as a little girl, used to pick tobacco from the tobacco farms and cotton from the cotton fields. She used to tell me that after picking cotton in the cotton fields, that her hands were bloody and scarred. We all have scars and wounds. They may be self-inflicted, they may come from acquaintances, they may come from friends, family, or just downright abusers. I am 18 years old, and I have lived with a lot of hidden scars myself. I'm on my way to the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill in 1984. I meet this great guy, and he says, hey, let's go to dinner. So we go out to dinner. Wonderful, lovely conversation. And after dinner, he says, would you like to go back to my parents' house to watch a movie? And I said, sure, that would be great. Nice guy who's from my hometown. He had also graduated from UNC. So we go back to his home, walk in, and I know that almost everybody in this room can relate to me. When you have felt that knot in the pit of your stomach, when you know something is not right. Before I knew it, I was lying on a cold, dark hardwood floor with my hands being held to the ground. And I knew what was coming. My body went limp, and I just waited for it to be over. Well, I get up, brush myself off. He takes me home, and that's it. Okay, so fast forward 3 years. I'm now 21, a junior at UNC. I had this great guy who I've known for 3 years. He asked me to go out to dinner. And of course, I buried everything that had happened to me 3 years prior. He said, would you like to go to dinner? Sure. We go to dinner. You would not believe it. The same exact thing happens to me. I was date raped twice within 3 years. I've never called myself a victim before, but I am a victim of date rape. I felt embarrassed. I felt ashamed. I surely thought I was going to get in trouble with my parents because I definitely thought it was my fault. I thought it was something that I did. I had self-doubt, a lack of self-love. It lowered my self-confidence, and I sure felt worthless. I found out during some research that feelings of worthlessness is a very common response to threatening and fearful memories. That explained a lot to me about where my negative thinking and my negative self-worth was coming from.
One of my missions is going to be now is to educate, we really, all of us, we need to educate our preteens, our teenagers, our young adults about date rape. Because I never even knew the term existed. The self-doubt that I felt was believing that I was responsible for the rapes and that I should have been able to stop them. I love this picture. This picture is incredible. Couldn't believe I found it. This picture perfectly signifies how a victim of date rape feels. Anybody out there that knows me, I put on my smiley face every day, and I live life to the fullest, and I'm off the charts positive and optimistic. But underneath, hidden, buried scars. When I was thinking about what I'd be discussing with you all today, I wanted it to be something where it would be a higher mission. And I had never, ever, ever, ever thought about what those date rapes, what sort of effects they had on me. And it was amazing what I found in research. One of the interesting statistics is that the largest percentage of date rape cases happen in women 15 to 24. Well, there I am. 60% of victims are raped by a friend, or acquaintance, or an intimate. There I am. This is where it really became interesting because these are some of the emotional and psychological effects. And what I found even more interesting was that this was an article in 1987. I was an 18-year-old virgin and raped in 84, and I was also raped in 87. And this was by Dr. Joyce Brothers in an article entitled Date Rape. The emotional effects of rape by an acquaintance are more devastating. One of the reasons is that the rapes generally have remained hidden and the many victims suffering in silence. There I am. She goes on to say in the article, psychologically, date rape is the most trust-deadening thing that can happen to you. There I am. Love this picture. You can feel the sun. You can almost smell the salt air. You can feel your toes in the sand. You can hear the waves. But yet you see a lonely, dark, saddened girl. I wanted to mention domestic violence briefly. Domestic violence, date rapes, and rapes. It's a huge problem in the United States as well as across the country. And it just shows that things that have occurred to me in my life, they do have an impact on me personally or on me in how I relate to people in any situation. And just one instance I want to share with you that happened. I was in bed one night on a Saturday night, 1 a.m., my doorbell rings, I go downstairs and answer it. It was a guy that I happened to be dating at the time, and he comes in. Before I know it, I end up on my sofa, and his left hand, is choking me around my neck. This is tough for me to talk about because it literally makes it so that I cannot breathe. But I'll get my breath later. But I cannot breathe. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to see my daughter again. Brittany is going to lose her mother. This is the night. This is the night that I'm going to die. And by the grace of God, he took his hand off my neck and left. So I know it gives you all an understanding, and it gives me an understanding of some of the weight that I have been carrying throughout my life. On the other hand, I have had a wonderful life. I have lived the flip-flop happy life, let me tell you. From the time I was 11 to 21 and the pool was open, I was at the pool from the time it opened until the time it closed. You couldn't get me away from the pool or water. So there I am, right down there in the right-hand corner. There I am as a swim coach. I started swimming, became a swim coach, swim instructor. I started lifeguarding, making tons of money, hanging out with my friends, and boy, was I rocking a tan. Who in here doesn't like to rock a tan? I need Cindy from Skinny Tan right now. I need a tan right now. But those were fun memories. My greatest gift from God is my daughter, Brittany Boone. Like Kristina said, my daughter is a senior at Virginia Tech, and she is a scholarship swimmer. And I know some of you guys are out there thinking, oh, her mom pushed her into that. No. She chose swimming before she ever knew I even did it, which is a good thing. But I have to tell you, Brittany is so loving and so caring. She's very empathetic. She's compassionate. She is wise beyond her years. And throughout my life, my God, Brittany, many of you in this room, and my family have gotten me through some really difficult times. I love this picture! This is a picture of Brittany swimming at Senior Nationals in California a few years ago. And I know you guys are wondering, where are the pictures of Donna swimming? Right? Okay, I don't have any! I have no pictures. My mom was keeping score manually because there were no computers when I was swimming. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine how she did it. And people just weren't taking pictures then like they do now. But this is a phenomenal picture. But what it represents is that it represents the bonding that water, swimming, water activities, water sports, it represents the bonding, and it brings us all together. It brings healthy competition. It can bring fun. It can bring excitement. Laughter when you're tubing down the river with all your friends. And it's great when we get older and we have arthritis. In 2001, I separated, and I thought, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I have no career. I had been a stay-at-home mom from the time Brittany was born until she was about 9 or 10 years old. So I thought, well, what do I love? I love people. I love people. And I love people. I love you guys. I love people. I love people. And I'm going to fall through this crack. Kristina, you're going to have to catch me. But I also love business, and I also love swimming. So I did research and found out that there was a thing that just called swim school. And that's how Potomac Swim School was born. And I brought it to the DC area 12 and a half years ago. One of the lessons that I have learned, and I want everybody to listen, I know you are, I know you are. It is not about the gold medal. I can have all the straight A's in the world. I can be successful at anything I try to do. I can be financially successful. Potomac Swim School has been hugely successful. But unless I have positive talk and positive feelings about myself, and you all as well, none of the rest really matters. It's not about the gold medal. So every day, I wake up now, and I have to be very, very aware. And I ask myself, which lane am I swimming in today? Well, am I going to swim in this lane over here where I don't believe in myself, I don't love myself, I don't care about myself, and I don't deserve things the way other people do? Or am I going to swim in this lane where I love myself as much as I love others. I care about myself as much as I care about others. I protect myself as much as I protect others. And I believe in myself as much as I believe in others. And my wish for every single person in this room is that you will swim in that lane with me. You all deserve it. So here I am, and here we are. And I also discovered something else amazing about myself. The one person I needed acceptance from was me. My God accepts me, and I need to accept me. And I'm getting there. It's still a journey. It's still a journey. And in closing, I have a wonderful story to tell you. When Brittany began her swimming career at 6 years old, we would see the drama queens. Yes, and oh my God, they would cry because they didn't get first place every single time they swam. Brittany, we're not doing that, girl. We're not swimming. I said to Brittany, you will never have your really, really great swims unless you have your really, really bad ones. So embrace the bad ones, learn from them, move on, and look forward to your really, really great swims. And that is my wish for all of you. Thank you.
Will you take a few questions?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any questions anybody has?
And don't
You
come
all
down.
know.
I almost fell for that crack myself.
Yes.
If you need a different stage next month, please. I know Lana has a question. Oh, so.
Yeah, Lana.